Yeah, good morning. This is Bang Bang Well. Hearing what's going on now with the BBC, I've been listening to Shann Atworth's podcast that he put out yesterday and last night, and it shocked me a bit, you know what I mean? Because what they're saying is this hierarchy in BBC, the top people that you pay for through your television licence and other things, yeah? These people have got so much power that people that see it going on, all the sexually abusing people and giving them drugs and this, that and the other, it's kept quiet because they don't want to say nothing because they might lose their job. It's unbelievable. It's mad. Now it's come out in the open, and even now there's truth frightened to say anything because they're saying alleged. You know, alleged is a funny old word, isn't it? But it's the same as me as a kid. I was sexually abused in my mum's brother's house, yeah, for quite some time. Sexually abused by it being my uncle, and it's unbelievable what went on there with me, yeah. And then moved later on to a home in Wales where they sexually abused me for how long I don't know, but it went on and on and on, and it's penetration and all them sort of things, and people that. It could be the same people, you know, obviously, so that it's not, it might, you don't know, there must have been 1920, I don't know, but it goes on, it could have been people that worked for the BBC then, in them years, yeah, in the 60s and the 70s, it's mad. It's mad that this can go on, and people like myself, listen, I am what I am, yeah, I'm a villain, a gangster, whatever I am, yeah. People say that maybe you was born to be that person. Maybe they're right, yeah? Maybe they're right. But maybe they're wrong. But maybe it's because I've been sexually abused and I had no help. There's no help there. I mean, these people in hierarchy jobs, big jobs, they can do what they like. They can come to these homes with these kids and sexually abuse them and no one said nothing. They can do what they like. Look at Jimmy Savile. I mean, he was doing it all the time. Through BBC. He worked for BBC. Rolf Harris, he worked for BBC. And there's a big thing about royalty going for, I don't know what's going on. It's just like everybody's going to say, here say, that say. No one wants to put their actual finger on it, you know. And it's about money. It's about money and power. You know, and I just heard something that was true. If you work for the BBC and you know what's going on, you're getting good money, and you know it's going on in a high part of the BBC. And do you say anything? Do you say anything without real evidence as such? But you know what's going on, yeah. Do you say anything and then get a sack from a job that's paying you so much money, or do you just wipe your mouth and carry on as if it's nothing's going on? That's what's been happening. That's what's been happening. That's what will give Jimmy Savile, Rolf Harris, that power that they had. This hierarchy let them do it because they're doing the exact same thing. It seems to go on 24/7. It's crazy. And for people like myself, as a child, to be sexually abused and nothing's ever done. And later on in life, you hear about it come out in the open, big home in Wales, they've been sexually abusing kids for ages. What happens to the kids like us? The kids that have been sexually abused, what happens to us? What happens when you put the television on, or you put your phone on, and the media and all this, like you've got Shann Atworth, fantastic podcast, what he's just put on, yeah? But what happens when that comes up, and it brings back all the memories? You forget about all these things, yeah? We'll try not to bring them up, yeah? And all of a sudden that comes up, and you go, wow, man. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter if you're 90, 100, or whatever, or whatever it is, yeah? If it happens to you, and there's not a lot you can do about it, but these things bring back memories, and people go, yeah, but, you know, where's the proof? You know, you've got no proof. But isn't a child's what a kid says is enough proof? Isn't enough proof that you can't hold yourself, that you mess yourself 24/7 because you can't hold yourself. Isn't that enough proof? Isn't it proof that you can't sleep at night, you're getting migraines 24/7, and you're up all night? Isn't it proof that when you go to school that all you want to do is fight? You know, is it a trauma? This goes on, you know, and it's madness, mate. When I hear it, when I was listening to it, and I thought, wow, man, wow, it's mad. It's mad, you know, drugs, sex, rock and roll, mate, you know, and you're doing it to kids. It's just sickening, you know, and you get these people now just walking the streets, you know, and don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. They've been sexually abused as a child and all that, and just pie in the sky, and, you know, they do silly things. They do a robbery, they go to prison, and, you know, and no one wants to help them. There's loads I should imagine that there's so many in prison that have been sexually, physically, mentally abused, yeah, that don't get no help. That don't get no help, just put behind the door, because then it's those places like prisons that keep them away. You're locked away from it. You can't really say anything. You know what I mean? And it's like big high society people like BBC and all them sort of high people that can do that. That can get onto a judge and say, "Oh, well, I'm locked away," and you know what I mean? It's too much. It goes on. And it's going on and on and on. Even today, as I'm talking now, it's going on. There's some kids being sexually abused. And it makes it even worse now that there's people coming over from different countries. I got a phone call from a girl that I know very well. And she's gone to school, sitting outside of school in a car to pick her daughter up, who's 15 years of age. 15! Picking her kid up from school, because the school's not far from a very busy road where people have been pulling up, foreign nationals have been pulling up and dragging kids in the car. And yet they're coming across the water 600-700 at a time, you know, and it I don't know, it's just madness, mate. It's getting worse, but it's going beyond. That's going to what I'm talking about, really. You know, being, you know, I don't know, it just makes me feel sick that people like Jimmy Savile, Rolf Harris and those sort of people can get away with what they've got away with, and it's only when they die and later on in their life it all comes out, because it should have come out at the beginning. And it, you know, and as you say, it's them people high up, you know, in the BBC and places like that just, you've got to keep quiet. It's going on, and there's nothing you can do about it. Anyway, this is Bang Bang Rail, just a little video. It's been playing in my mind a bit last night. I couldn't believe it. I watched Shann Atworth's thing for quite some time. Excellent podcast. They're the podcasts that people should listen to. You know, they're the podcasts that people should really get into it, you know, and talk to their kids and find out certain things. You know, and it's frightening, mate. It's frightening. Anyway, Bang Bang Rail, yeah, nice one.